enjoyed this week's episode, and please like this video, share with your friends and dockmates.
All right, so now for our table leg, we need to install the bulkhead bracket. That's this guy right here. And we're gonna do it in two places because we're gonna have two options for where this standing desk will be able to go. So option number one is in our quarter cabin, and it will be mounted right there like that. So that's option number one. This is gonna be installation area number one right there. We got a second bracket over here because installation area number two is gonna be, sorry it's a little dark, let me turn on a light for us. It's gonna be right about there. I'm up here in the V berth now. So they'll be through bolted into each of these locations. And then the table leg slides in here, and then up here we'll have the desk right here. Now the reason why we're gonna have two areas for this standing desk to be installed is because we actually want to have our quarter cabin act as a guest room. The majority of the time, no, we're not gonna have guests, but when the guests do come, it's nice to give them a bed, a hanging locker, a door that closes, a light, an outlet they can charge their devices. Like, it's gonna be a nice little space in there. But that's rare. We don't get guests very often. So we'll use the quarter cabin for the most part for my office standing desk. But why we want to use the V-berth for the standing desk is because if we do have guests in the quarter cabin, well, I'll just set up my my computer, my my monitor in here. Devin doesn't care if I'm on the phone. Devin can go, make coffee, cook breakfast, take the dog for a walk, go to the gym, do yoga, whatever. The guest can sleep in, but Devin, she could be in here while I'm on the phone, or she could go and do something else, but we don't have to disturb our guests. And then, of course, the main living area is also not being occupied by someone who's on the phone all the time. So we'll have those as two options. So now I gotta make a decision. What backing plate am I going to use? Let's take a look at those. All right, so I got this bracket that's gonna be bolted to the wall, through bolted to the bulkhead, and then the table leg slides into it. So this groove slides in right there. Now, on the other side of the bulkhead, I want to have a backing plate or a backing material. You can use metal, aluminum, stainless steel, wood, plywood, but in this case, I'm going to use HDPE, or the brand name for this one is Starboard. Starboard, a play on words. So this is a brand new sheet, never been used. I got it at a cutoff at Tap Plastics a few years ago. And then look how nice. See, it's like made for that width. It's like perfect. So I'd only have to make two cuts. One cut here and one cut there. Call it done. That's actually really attractive. Over here, there's another piece. Like, here's a piece of cut-off starboard from a different project where I would have to, kind of maybe cut it like that. So 1, 2 cuts. Also, not too bad. But this stuff is expensive, high quality, and I'm usually trying to reserve it for something that looks nice and maybe would be visible, or someone might touch it or see it because it's a good quality material. It has a good texture to it. The color actually matches a lot of the parts of the boat. Our boat's not like a bright white. It's like a creamy eggshell type color. And, you know, this color of starboard matches that. So I might just want to save this for other projects. So here's another option, an old cutting board. I found this in the dumpster about a year ago, and it is wonderful material to make a backing plate out of. Someone clearly threw this away because they put it on their hot stove and it melted. So I get why they don't want to use it for a cutting board, but it's perfect material for a backing plate. And yeah, I would still have to, you know, do my cuts or whatever, but at least I'm not using my material that looks nice and matches the boat and all that. I could use this old cutting board because, quite frankly, where these backing plates are gonna go, nobody's gonna ever see. It's gonna be behind a drawer, in a bulkhead, under a locker area. Nobody's gonna ever see these backing plates. So while it might be nice and convenient that this is the right size, I think I'm gonna go with this because I can use it. It was free. It is the same material, just different color. And nobody's ever gonna see it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Progress over perfection in this case. Yay! All right. Now I just gotta make it. I'll do that next.